everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lauren and I am mum to two girls, Jessica who is 4 and Connie who is now 14 weeks old. When I was pregnant with Connie, one of the biggest kind of anxieties that I had was that Jessica wouldn't take to her. So this video is dedicated to that because I tried my best to be as prepared as I possibly could. So I just wanted to share some of my tips with you. And I understand that some of these tips won't be for everybody, but this is just what I found useful in the transition from Jessica being an only child to one of two. So tip number 1, when you're announcing your pregnancy, what I did was I made sure that Jessica felt like she was one of the first to know, even if she wasn't. I think she was definitely one of the first. We waited until we had the 12-week scan though, so I didn't kind of make her feel like she was, that everybody else knew before her sort of thing. So, and we made it a special day. So what we did was we bought a baby grow. I bought a little outfit, little hat, little bib, little baby grow, and I put it in a gift bag, and I put a picture of the scan inside, and then I put a little card in saying, to Jessica, I can't wait to meet you, love from your baby brother or sister. And that went down really, really well, and it was just really special. Tip number 2 is include your child in your pregnancy. You know, even the days when you're feeling rubbish, you know, talk about it, be open about it. If it's safe to do so, I would say take the older child along with you to some appointments. So I took her to a midwife appointment where she heard the baby's heartbeat. We had a private gender scan at 16 weeks, and we took Jessica along with us, and it was so lovely, and the ladies who did it made such a big deal of her. And what we did was we got them to put a coloured balloon into a box, and we actually got Jessica to open the box. So it was her revealing, it was her telling us, and you know, we made her feel like it was her news as well as ours, because you know, it is a big deal for her. So yeah, she was the one that revealed our baby's gender. Tip number 3, talk to them. It might sound really, really obvious, but you know, I think sometimes it's quite easy to sort of forget to talk about these things. Ask them how they feel about becoming a big brother or sister. You know, ask them what they think it's going to be like when the baby comes. You know, just bring it up in general conversation. You know, I would do things like going shopping. I would say to Jessica, imagine what it's going to be like when we've got a baby. Do you think it'll be more difficult, or do you think it'll be easy when we've got a baby? Or, you know, oh, imagine when we've got the baby, there's going to be 2 of you in the back seat. You know, just so it's just kind of like gradually planting the seed of all the changes that is going to happen, because it is a big change for children. Number 4, before the baby arrives, do something together. Now what me and Jessica did was we went and we built a den, and we went to, when we walked the dog, we went to the woods and we built a little den, and it's actually still there 14 weeks on, and it's something that we can go back and we can do together and we can look at together, and it's not something that involves the baby. You know, we can go back and we can do that just on our own without anybody else, and we've made it like a little secret, so nobody really knows about the den. You know, it's just our thing, and I think it's quite important that they feel like they're special and that there's something that they have with you. And what we also did was we went to a little zoo near to us just before Connie arrived. Just the 3 of us went, me, Peter and Jessica, and we had a special day. We asked her what she wanted to do. We said, you know, before the baby comes, what would you like to do? So that's what we did. That we were really, really lucky in that we knew when Connie was coming, because I was going in for an elective cesarean. I do understand that a lot of you won't have this, you know, as planned out as I did, but we knew exactly when she was coming, so we knew what day, you know, we needed everything kind of tied up by. We knew when we had to make plans by. So I do understand it'll not be as easy for some, but you know, you can kind of do it a few weeks before or a month before, you know, just as long as you've kind of got that sort of day where you have that special time together. Tip number 5. Keep your child in their normal routine. Again, I know that I had it slightly more straightforward in that I had an elective cesarean, but what I did was I had my mum come to our house, and Jessica woke up as normal, went to school as normal, and she wasn't kind of turned upside down. Um, she went into school and all her little friends made a little present for Connie. So when Connie arrived, she had all these handmade gifts from Jessica's friends, but it just meant that, you know, she was as normal and kind of settled as she can be in amongst all the excitement. Tip number 6. When the baby arrives, if you can, say no to other visitors until the sibling has been. We wanted her to feel special. We wanted her to feel like this was, you know, this is her family. She is so important. All we wanted to do was just have that special time. And obviously, if you're feeling well enough, because I know, you know, some births aren't as straightforward and you can be feeling quite poorly afterwards. But I was lucky enough to be able to have Jessica in on that day. And when she did come in, you know, I made an effort with her. I wasn't just like, I kind of knew she was coming. I put the baby in the cot. You know, when she came in, I gave her a cuddle, said I'd missed her, how had her day been, and involved her. And then, look, this is your sister. And, you know, it was all just lovely. Just try and kind of make it as calm and as relaxed as possible, really. Tip number 7, and I've got it here. This little thing. It was a godsend. This was a big sister bag, and I filled this full of goodies before I went into hospital to have Connie, and I actually popped it in my hospital bag. So inside here, there's all sorts of things in here at the moment. Jessica's obviously been keeping all her special little treasures in there. But I filled it with, I got a little bracelet with a charm on saying Big Sister. I popped one of these in, a little Big Sister t-shirt. If I can find any of these, I'll pop the links below. But, you know, things like that are great, and she absolutely loved that she had a Big Sister t-shirt. I also popped this in, which is a book called How to Be a Baby by me, the Big Sister. I actually found this on Amazon. I believe it is secondhand, but you can't tell. And it's a really, really good little book. I'll link it below, as I said. And it's basically, it is quite American, but it's basically like what your baby can't do. And it's a backward way of showing the older sibling that, you know, they're so cool, and they are like so much, they get to do so many more fun things than the baby does. So it's like, when you're a baby, you can't read books, you eat them, wear real clothes, you only wear pajamas, and understand TV. You can't be a princess or a mermaid or a fairy, you can't really do anything fun at all. And then it says, but you know who can do all of these things? Your big sister, who knows how to do everything. And this is a little blurb at the front. It says, and she's actually the one writing this book for you, so that you can learn as much as she has and be as good at everything as she is, almost. So I just think it's a really cool way of being like, do you know what, actually, being a baby and getting all this fuss and all these cuddles off everybody, it isn't that great at all. It'd be much more fun to be a 4 or 5-year-old, you know. So I just thought it was a really kind of nice way of kind of introducing what life with a baby is going to be like. And my mum actually took Jessica home and read that story to her at bedtime. And also inside the Big Sister bag, I put a little, it was like a little clay making modelling set. And what I did was I said to Jessica, me and you are going to do that when I come home. So when I was feeling up to it, we sat, and Dad had the baby, and we sat and did that together and painted and stuff. So it was nice because she had that to look forward to. Oh, this is something I just wanted to, I've just suddenly remembered about this. I hadn't written it down. This is just a little toy. Well, it's a little comforter that I was given as a present at my baby shower. And this was just an idea that randomly came to my head, and it really, really worked. I thought it was a really, really nice idea. Jessica actually slept with this before the baby came. She used to cuddle this in bed when I packed my hospital bag, because she packed the hospital bag with me because I included her in that as well. She chose what the baby was going to wear, and we packed this in, and she'd been sleeping with this, and what we said was that when the baby was born, this would go in the baby's cot, so that the baby could smell Jessica, know that her sister was there with her. So that worked really, really well. So when Jessica came in to visit Connie, this was in the cot beside her, so Jessica could see that I'd remembered that, and that Connie had a little something of Jessica to stay with her as well. Number 8 or 9, I've lost track now. When your baby is at home, make sure that when you have visitors, they also remember your older child. We were so lucky with this. We didn't even have to prompt anybody. You know, I think Jessica actually got more presents than Connie did, and she got some lovely cards, you know, saying congratulations on becoming a big sister. And everybody, you know, there was never a time when a visitor came to the house that they didn't go to Jessica first, and it was so important. And you know, and even when they brought presents for Connie, you know, Jessica helped unwrap the presents for Connie. It just made her feel like she was still important. Number 9, I think, because I've skipped one out. Let your child help with the baby. This is something, you know, you have to kind of be led by the child as well, though, but this has been something that Jessica's really keen to do. Help change nappies, help bath, help feed, help cuddle. You know, if they want to help, let them help. It can actually be really, really useful to say, oh, Jessica, can you go and grab me a nappy, please? So encouraging them to help is definitely a good thing to do. Number 10. This is a bit of a weird one that I've found myself doing, but I find that it helps. And I've put, talk to the baby about their sibling. Now, it sounds really random, but I'll explain a little bit more. So when I'm doing things with Connie and Jessica's around, I like to kind of talk to Connie about Jessica. So say, oh, look at your strong legs. You know, you're nearly as strong as your sister. Or I wonder what Jessica's doing. Can you hear Jessica? Is she there? You love your sister, don't you? Like, I do things like that just to kind of keep planting the seed. It might sound like overkill, but I promise it's not. It's just a way of, you know, there's sometimes when, you know, baby needs your full attention, and you know that your older child needs your attention too. Sometimes I'll just use that as a way of telling Jessica that I can't be with her. I'll say to her, Jessica, I'm going to be with you in 2 minutes. I'm just really, really busy with Connie at the moment. Or I'll say to Connie, do you know, your sister needs a bath, you know, Missy. Look at you demanding all the attention, you know, just kind of taking it, making it a little bit more light-hearted and taking the strain off a little bit. And finally, my last tip is keep some activities just for you and your older child or older children. You know, before baby came, they had you all to themselves. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of activities now that involve the baby, but keep something. So, like the den that me and Jessica have got, that is ours, that is our thing. But most of all, just enjoy it, you know. There are going to be ups and downs. There's going to be times when you feel like you haven't got time for 2 children. There's going to be times when you think it's the absolute best thing in the world, and it is. It's so, so lovely seeing siblings together, and it was one of my biggest anxieties and worries when I was pregnant. And I really needn't have worried, because Jessica adores Connie and Connie adores Jessica, and I am so thankful and grateful that I have been able to give them a sibling. And it's just lovely to see that relationship grow and flourish, and we are 3 months in and it gets stronger every day. So good luck, and if I can be of any help with any of these tips, then I've done a good job. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I wipe that little thing up.